Veterans Day special. We want to have a good conversation about the organization USA Cares. If you're not familiar with it, it's one I had a chance to sit down with and talk to a couple months ago, and I just found myself being overwhelmed by the amount of work or the quality of the work that they're doing, and I was surprised to learn that the issues that they deal with are as big as they are. It's a national organization that supports veterans and military families, from financial assistance to job skills and training and more.
And we're joined by President and CEO of USA Cares, Trace Chesser, and you're a veteran, so first of all, thank you for your service.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You all do such great work. I guess begin by how tough it is, and maybe people don't realize when a veteran returns, that's when a lot of the real work begins.
It really
is.
It really is. I mean, you think about it. I was talking to somebody earlier this week, and we were talking about how much time and energy and money is invested in service members to make them a service member. If it's Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Coast Guard, now Space Force, there's a lot that's put into them. But when they get out, and the military does a great job of trying to help them, so I'm not taking anything away from them. But that transition, when you wake up that one day and suddenly you're no longer in, I mean, it's a struggle sometimes for some people, because you spend all the time, energy, and then now you're losing your sense of purpose.
So talk us through that struggle. Where does USA Cares come in, and what does the organization do for these veterans?
So USA Cares was started in 2003 right outside of Fort Knox. That was back when we had the big surge that went in, and there were a lot of people coming back with injuries. But they were coming through Fort Knox because that was a part of a transition program, and so everyone saw it. So then Kroger, Wave TV3, different groups, some of you guys got in there and you started selling yard signs. And so they raised a lot of funds. Well, we found out service members were going all over the country. They weren't just coming back here. And so that's where USA Cares was born. But we've really focused on that emergency assistance because a lot of times the struggles that they're having stem from financial. It may be a loss of a job, maybe loss of a home, could be no utilities, no food. So we're proud to step in there where we can.
You've helped so many people. What would you say, if you could even size it down to what's been some of the most rewarding moments that you remember that you're like, this is why we're here, this is why it's worth it?
Well, we've had numerous stories from veterans talking about their struggles and what they went through, and a lot of times they were contemplating suicide. And they tell us, I mean, we've heard this time and time again, that they didn't know what to do. They didn't know where to go. And the assistance that we provided gave them that short break that they needed just to kind of reset and start over again. So we've had people tell us that, what we're doing, that was a pivotal moment in their life. So it's rewarding.
You have our attention. You have our full attention now. So with that, what can people like us do? How can we help?
So if you go to usacares.org, just go through the site, learn more about what we do, who all we help. We get about 200 applications a week from all over the country saying, I need help.
A week, 200?
200 a week. We can't help near that number. I mean, because think about, if it takes a couple $1,000s to stop an eviction and keep a family together, that's an astronomical number. So if they'll go there, and if you look at the site and then you learn more about what we're doing, maybe you can donate, maybe you can volunteer, but we always need help.
That's so much. And that goes back to what we were saying when we opened this segment of the show. A lot of people had no idea that the need was that great. Are there moments where you sit back and think, are we ever going to meet the true need that's there?
I think that quite often. We've sat down and we've talked about it, how much can we help? We try to refer people to other programs, but I will tell you what, we get more referred to us than we refer out. I just ran a report the other day. We've received 5,000 referrals this year. And so it's a very heavy weight to carry sometimes to think about that. But we keep fighting. Our staff is the best people I've ever met, and they work so hard. They're amazing.
Well, Trace, thank you so much for your service and your time, and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Clyde.
And remember, you can visit usacares.org to learn more.